Welcome to the 5-Minute Bark, everyone. We have a great episode today for you, and it's going to be on faith. One simple word, faith. We all use it quite often in church. We also use it in, I have faith in you. I have complete faith in something. And I wanted to take this word and dissect it as an entrepreneur, because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to use the word faith in a whole different way. And the example I want to take to start out with here today is when people decide to start a company or start doing something, it has to be an end result of a company. And when you use the word faith in that terminology, it's basically saying this. There is I don't know if you've seen maybe in like The Hobbit or something like that, there's a cliff that just, you walk up to it and it's just down, and then for miles it falls, and then you have to jump across the cliff, and it's about, say, 8 feet, just beyond a comfortable jump, or maybe more than just beyond a comfortable jump, but you know you can do it, and you got to do it. And if there's only one way to get across that, it is having 100% intense faith and dedication to jump across, because there's no, let's put it this way, there's no backup plan to jumping across that canyon, okay? I have interviewed so many entrepreneurs, okay? I've talked to them both on the camera and off the camera, and I've never once heard them tell their story with a backup plan, okay? It's that underlying faith that gets them to succeed in the business or the venture that they're doing. And if we understand things like from that perspective, a perfect example of this is riding my bike and doing an aerial where I just launch myself up into the air and I'm up there really high and I come down. I have never once thought about a backup plan of how I'm going to land that bike. The only thing that's on my mind as I'm pedaling at that ramp at top speed is completing the trick 100%, because I am whipping myself up in the air. And if there's any bike riders out there that do freestyle listening to this, you can completely understand what I'm talking about here. You're throwing yourself at that ramp with 100% complete faith. And when your faith wavers, okay, when it wavers, you know it. And you know it big time. And that's when you crash. But you know what? If you have that true faith and you do not land the trick, quite often you never get hurt because you had underlying faith. Your opportunity is granted to you again. So that's how I want to explain faith to you guys here today. If you're in absolute faith that you're doing something and you're committed to it and your direction is going forward, not a backup plan, you may fail, but it's not going to end there. You're going to continue because you're going to be granted that next chance to move forward because you have underlying faith. But if you have a backup plan or you're wavery on what you're doing, and you can feel it truly in your body if you're wavering or not, if you're committed to doing it, okay, you will succeed. You may not succeed the first time, maybe not the second time, but you will succeed. And try this, whether it's just a simple thing in your daily action, all right? Try it, whether it's asking a girl out or doing something. If you're in complete confidence of yourself, all right, now this is probably ringing a bell to you, right? If you're in complete confidence and you're just owning the room in a situation when you're talking to a gal or a gentleman or whatever, you own it. You own it 100%. That radiates. And faith is in full effect. So I hope you enjoy my 5-minute bark for today on faith. And I hope it maybe helps you trigger to understand that if you're trying something right now in your life and you're using the word faith to predict what's going on, I have faith in what I'm doing. Know that faith, all right, is actually a supernatural word to an entrepreneur. It's supernatural. I just got little goosebumps saying that, but it's true. It's supernatural because you're thinking of faith beyond what everybody around you is understanding about it, because they're not going to understand what you're doing. Okay. They're not going to understand what's in your head because sometimes maybe you just can't get what's in your head outside into the universe for people to understand. So you're carrying this ball of energy around, as Calvin Rim would say. You're carrying this faith, this idea around, and you're nurturing it and you're molding it. And it never comes right straight ahead. There's always failure with it, sure. Absolutely. But it's the faith, the underlying faith that gets you to where you're going. That supernatural faith. And that's it today on the 5 Minute Bark, everybody. Thank you for listening, and we will see you on the upside.